Clinical trials are routinely carried out to establish treatment safety and efficacy as part of the drug development and licensing process. They can provide a good source of data for economic evaluation, especially if the collection of specific economic data has been incorporated in the trial design. In order to use the clinical and non-clinical data collected, it must be analyzed statistically. Analysis might be as straightforward as calculating the mean value from the figure reported for each patient in the trial, for example, the mean dose. However, more complex statistical methods may also be required. One statistical issue that commonly arises with clinical trial data occurs when analyzing the time to an event, for example, time to disease progression or survival time. Often, a clinical trial will end before all patients experience the event of interest. Because of this, the mean time to event based on the trial data will underestimate the true mean. An unbiased mean can only be calculated if all patients have experienced the event. For this reason, in a clinical analysis, for example a license application, the median time to event may be presented. This can be estimated as long as 50% of the patients are no longer at risk for the event. However, it is not appropriate to apply a median value from a clinical study to the population of an economic evaluation, because important information about the sample is not captured. A mean value should be used. Statistical techniques are often employed to estimate the true mean time to event for economic evaluation, rather than using an underestimate derived from a trial in which not all patients reach the endpoint. To illustrate how this is done, let's look at the time to event data on a graph. Here, the percentage of patients who have not experienced the event of interest is plotted against time. This is known as a survival curve, although it can be used for any time to event data, not just time to death. The area under the survival curve represents the mean time to the event, and the median is where 50% of the patients are no longer at risk for the event. In a trial that ends before all patients have experienced the event of interest, a complete survival curve cannot be drawn, and the trial mean underestimates the true mean. To address this, modeling can be used to estimate the complete survival curve. A model must be selected that best fits the observed data, and this is then used to extrapolate the data beyond the end of the trial. This allows the true mean to be estimated by calculating the area under the modeled curve. In this video, we have covered the use of analysis of clinical trial data in economic evaluation, focusing on a problem with time to event data and how this could be resolved using statistical modeling.